All right, to the oil sector now, when Nigeria's crude oil production has hit 1.86 million barrels per day in May. Military troops responsible for combating illegal bunkering and associated crimes in its south-south attribute the movement from 1.48 million barrels per day as of April to a reduction in breaches to pipelines in the region. Siphon Essien joined troops of Operation Delta Safe and now reports.
We joined the patrol headed for Shell's Adibawa oil well in Rivers State, starting from the headquarters of Operation Delta Safe in Bayelsa State capital, Yenagoa. The military troops advanced into Ahuada West local government area of Rivers State. The dilapidated road, nearly overtaken by bushes, presents a significant challenge. At several points, the soldiers have to use logs of wood to bridge the gaps on the road so the vehicles can make it through. After nearly 1 hour, we arrive at Adibawa oil well in the Dagberi community of Rivers State. This well is part of the Adibawa oil field, which spans multiple communities including Edagberi, Biseni and Ikarama in the eastern Niger Delta region. Its operational status is unknown, but we gathered that there have been several attempts to vandalize and steal crude oil from this wellhead.
You could see the way we followed. It was a very difficult terrain to get here, but I can tell you that this is one of the easiest places that we could access.
Even now, there are indications that illegal refining may have taken place. The soldiers say regular patrols keep the illegal bunkerers at bay.
Before now, there were a lot of bunkering activities in this general area. So, but we were able to constantly visit this place and make sure that there was no bunkering activities for some time. But you could see that just because we have not been here for about a week or thereabout, you could see that activities are beginning to pick up by the criminals. They are bringing in their drums, and you could see somebody's shoe.
Protecting Nigeria's oil and gas pipelines against vandalism and illegal bunkering in the Niger Delta presents an enormous challenge due to the geographically diverse, environmentally sensitive, and logistically challenging terrain.
From this area, we understand it. When the tides are low, when we are sitting on this position and when the water is high, you come here, there is a manifold here. You can wait there, and once the tide go down, expose it, you start using, and when the tide is down, between here and that place, you cannot access it. So it's a problem. And by the time they start coming, they will have finished what they are doing and then.
In the past 3 months, there's been a reduction in breaches to oil and gas pipelines in the region. This the military authorities attribute to increased surveillance by troops and a private security company.
We are not yielding to anything. It is strictly what is to be done and should be done correctly. In fact, there are some locations where before my men went there, Soku to be precise, pipeline production there sometimes used to be 84%, 80%. Since my officer went there, it has not been less than 99%.
The LNG boss, one of their bosses called me, and in over 2 months, they've not had a single incursion on any of their lines. Like 100% in, 100% out.
Crude oil production rose from 1.48 million barrels per day in April to 1.86 million barrels per day in May.
I'm telling you authoritatively, and it can be confirmed. It has not been less than 99%. In fact, they could not believe it. They were having 100% for 2 months consecutively. That is how good it is. So it is not just yes, and I'll still say that it is a work in progress. It's not as if we are completely right or we are completely done. No, there are still gaps. This is just one location I've spoken about. Other locations, yes, there are issues.
Again, we joined the troops on operations along River Nun in Bayelsa State. We are now heading to one of the locations where illegal oil bunkering takes place. We are told that time and again troops have raided the location. No sooner we make a stopover at this gas pipeline that traverses southern Ijaw and Yanagwa local government areas. Reports indicate that previously, this pipeline experienced multiple incidents of vandalism and sabotage, leading to gas leaks and fires.
This is one of the locations constantly patrolled by troops to ensure the pipeline is not breached. But getting here is no mean task.
Before now, there have been attempts to actually breach this one, but in recent times, due to our constant patrol, we've ensured that they don't. So they've tried to go to other places, but even as they are going to, we're always trying to be one step ahead of them to make sure that they don't achieve their aim.
Air operations enable troops to reach inaccessible locations in the fight against illegal oil bunkering. The air component has conducted 172 missions, resulting in the destruction of 49 cooking tanks, 16 boats, and 20 reservoirs since January.
We conduct surveillances, we conduct armed recce, we conduct close air support for our surface forces.
Beyond kinetic operations, military authorities understand that a lot more needs to be done to keep the oil and gas pipelines safe.
Uncooperative attitude of some some communities, indigenous of communities. Some of them are not ready to divulge intelligence or information to us because, as we all know, one man terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. Some of them are shielding these criminals because one way or the other, either they are relatives or they gain one or two things from them. So they are not ready to divulge information for us, timely information that will lead to their arrest.
So if governance is improved, unemployment is curtailed, it will be easier for us to discharge our duties. But despite all this, we move with our chests out and our shoulders high.
In the meantime, protecting oil and gas infrastructure in the Niger Delta remains an uphill task. Sifon Essien, TVC News, Yanagwa.